There is a Star Trek episode type that's just human drama, but with Trek. Like an episode of Law & Order where Munch gets his one-liners stepped on by a precognizant talking space dolphin. And Pure Ambition is 100% one of those episodes. Pure Ambition's chatty psychic Black Sea mammal is genetic engineering. Apparently, a medical no-no was done to Dr. Bashir when he was a kid, and now his breathing is against Federation law, and his status as a Starfleet officer makes that statue of Archer in San Francisco sprout bloody stigmata. But anyway, that's all in the past. Like, there is a reason that Super Doctor Extraordinaire is a mere lieutenant junior grade, and that's because he did the Alec Baldwin speech from Malice one too many times, and they learned he has super brain and magic fingers. This comes in handy when they enter Katur space, which is to space what R'yla is to architecture. There's a throwaway line about Medusans that links this episode back to the navigational shenanigans of the original series ep, Is There in Truth No Beauty? But we don't belabor it. So the Enterprise gets stuck in it, naturally, and Chekhov's bones get Lovecrafted away, so Dr. Bashir has to search the records for a bone donor by hand, or I guess by brain. Anyway, he brains up a donor, Geordi, but notices another record. It turns out someone else on the ship was genetically modified, and Bashir is... well, we don't know how he feels about it. For someone who's so confident as a doctor, the moral and professional and human ramifications are not something he grapples with well. What we end up with is a walking tour of the Enterprise as the crew plans to attend a Bajoran Gratitude Festival put on by Kira Nerys. Bashir talks ethics with Senior Chief Chapel and Ensign Wesley Crusher, and the engineering team tries to find a way out of the Katur space. Everyone gets a few moments. O'Brien and McCoy giving Chapel recommendations on the long silence from her fiancé Roger Corby sticks out, along with Ro about a Bajoran festival before surreptitiously adding a scroll to the brazier at the actual event. Pure Ambition balances those little moments with the big dramatic punch-up between Bashir and Tom Paris. Bashir's real issue isn't a moral, professional, or human one after all. He plays into the Star Trek superior abilities, superior ambition type, and is pissed that Tom Paris isn't using his science-given abilities to get over his history with the Maquis and climb the ranks of Starfleet. Bashir, whose career is closed to that, is fuming that Paris just doesn't care. Paris just wants to f*** around and do Captain Proton shit, and benignly hit on his crewmates, but then after a few shallow passes at B'Elanna, he learns the engineering crew is going to miss the festival, so he misses it to help out his friends. And he thinks of the idea of using the holodeck to visualize a region of space whose design is utterly subjective. You know, like Bashir's concept of what's worth doing with the illegal ticking gifts their parents gave them. Ultimately, it's Tom Paris, a human person who helps the Enterprise free itself, and not Tom Paris' genetic project. It's an episode that hits on all cylinders, and good character moments, good sci-fi, and asking good questions, even if it's a bit short on answers. I do expect Star Trek to give an answer built on specific principles, even if I disagree. The discussion with Wesley stands out. I'm probably the smartest person in this room, but there are other virtues than being smart. It's something I imagine a young Will Wheaton saying, for better or for worse, and it makes full use of the naturally gifted Wesley talking to the artificially gifted Bashir. In our denouement, we get Bashir kind of mirroring Paris. Paris adds a third option, neither computer nor human, in the comprehension of Katur space. Bashir likewise creates a report, don't report third option of telling Kirk directly, resolving his problem while giving us a heck of a good hook for a story in the future.